Today we'll be looking at the trigonometric identities, the sum and difference angle formula. And the first one we have here is the one for the sine function. And we have that sine A plus B is equal to sine A cos B plus cos A sine B. So for the sine function, for the sine sum angle formula, when you have two angles that have been added and you're trying to find the sine function for those two angles A and B, it's going to be equal to sine of the first angle, sine A, multiplied by the cos of the cosine function of the second angle, cos B, plus the cosine of the first angle A multiplied by the sine of the second angle B. Now for the difference angle formula for the sine function is sine open bracket A minus B. We are trying to find the sine function of two angles that you're subtracting from each other. It's equal to sine of the first angle, sine A, multiplied by the cosine of the angle that's been subtracted, cos B, minus cosine of the first angle, A, multiplied by the sine of the angle being subtracted, B. So you see that for the sine function, the sine of whether it be minus or plus remains the same. If it's minus in the bracket, it's going to be minus here. If it's plus in the bracket, it's going to be plus here. Now let's move to the cosine function. For the cosine function, you notice that you have cos A plus B, and this is the sum angle formula for the cosine function because you're adding two angles here in this bracket, and it's equal to the cosine of the first angle multiplied by the cosine of the second angle minus the sine of the first angle multiplied by the sine of the second angle. So you see for the cosine function, if you notice, the sign changes. It's a plus here, but here you have a minus. Same thing for the cosine of the cosine difference angle formula, where you have two angles you're subtracting from each other. Cos A minus B is equal to cos A cos B plus sine A sine B. So here you have a minus, and here it becomes a plus. So the same thing as the other cosine function formula. You have the cosine of the first angle multiplied by the cosine of the second angle, B. Then you have a plus here, multiplied by the sine of the first angle, multiplied by the sine of the second angle, B. Now for the tangent, it's like a combination of the sine and cosine angle formulas in terms of the sign change. For tan A plus B, in the numerator portion, you have tan A plus tan B, so the sign stays the same, but when you go under in the denominator, you have 1 minus tan A multiplied by tan B. So up the sign stays the same, but under the sign changes. Now for tan A minus B is equal to tan of the first angle A minus tan of the angle being subtracted B over 1 plus tan A tan B. So this is how you work with the tangent angle formula.